Good morning. Good morning. It's so good. All right, so good morning. It's so wonderful to be here with all of you celebrating 50 years of Microsoft. And it's especially exciting to be doing it at a time like this. For me, though, it starts with Bill and Steve, who are both here with us today. You know, I want to say a very big thank you to the two of you and to Paul and what you have meant to me personally and what your vision that you had building this extraordinary company of ours that I've had the privilege to be part of, right? Thank you for your vision, your leadership, your passion, and for building the Microsoft that we know today, a company that has truly changed the world. You know, 50 years ago, Bill and Paul started Microsoft with a simple but powerful idea: to build technology so people everywhere could build more technology. The very first product Microsoft built was the basic interpreter for the Altair, giving people the power to create software, jump-starting the PC revolution, and creating an entirely new sector for our economy. But today, it's not just about the past 50 years, it's about the next 50. If there's one thing that I have learned during my time at Microsoft, it's not about longevity, but relevance. Our future will not be defined by what we have built, but what we empower others to build. This is why we are leading this new wave of AI innovation, and more importantly, democratizing, just like we did it with the PC. Just take GitHub Copilot. Just 2 years ago, we launched with code completions. From there, we've gone to chat, to multi-file edits, and now to agents. More than 150 million developers in nearly every country around the world are using GitHub. So I thought to myself, what if I could take that power and rebuild Microsoft's very first product? And so I tried it. Take a look.
We're going to learn a little bit about Microsoft's history with its first product, or the creation of its first product.
Let's go to Copilot. First product.
Altair Basic.
April 4th, 1975. Ingenious combination of technical skill and resourcefulness. Wow, they didn't have a direct access to an Altair. I have one, actually. I don't know if it works. I can switch it on. Oh man, it does switch on. I kind of have an Altair, but I don't think I can make it work. I guess, what do I have? I'll use code spaces and GitHub Copilot. Create an emulator. Give me the plan. All right, let's see what it says. Wow. Phase 1, research and setup, core components, integration and optimization. Oh man, that's a lot of work. So let's say, I just want to wipe code it. Here I am on GitHub. It's created the emulator, it's created the templates. Here is the app. All right, let's just run it. Look at that. Retro look. Ah, welcome. We tried hello world. Welcome to Altair Basic. Let's see if it actually does some math. Okay, I guess 4 squares are 16. Math test complete. It works. I guess it didn't take us 6 weeks. Emulate Q#, also on the Altair. I'm sure this will break even. Copilot, let's give it. Let's see what it does. And it's going. I'm going to be able to do quantum on the Altair. This is so cool.
Yeah. You know, you really know you're onto something. You know, intelligence has been commoditized when CEOs can start vibe coding. But in all seriousness, This is not just a cool party trick, it's transformational. It's empowering, it's unleashing human ambition, and it's happening now. In fact, I'm excited to share that the capability I just showed with Agent Mode is rolling out to all VS Code users starting today. We now have autonomous AI agents or peer programmers who can collaborate with us to anticipate our needs and help us think more creatively. And it does not stop there. We are bringing full MCP support to Agent Mode. We're also launching Code Review Agent today to fix and find bugs automatically. We're also making it easier than ever before for developers to build their own agents in Foundry. Think of it like an agent factory. It's a production line for intelligence. Tens and thousands of organizations are using Foundry to build their own agents. And today, we're going further. We now have a new agent framework for building multi-agent systems. But building agents is just the very beginning. We're also building tools for all the evals, fine-tuning, observability, and feedback. And you'll also have a red teaming agent and tools to measure code vulnerabilities. All of this in support of building trustworthy AI systems. There's much, much more to come. What started out as a developer tools company 50 years ago is now a platform company where everyone can be a developer. Our mission has not changed, it's only expanded. In fact, behind me, you can see some examples of real apps that everyday people around the world have been building with GitHub Spark with just a prompt, an allowance tracker, an animated world envisioned by a 6-year-old, an ingredient safety checker, and one of my favorites, a time tracking app for weeks and days until Build 2025, and I can't wait for it. Just as we have done always, we are putting the power in people's hands so that they can build software that moves their communities, their countries forward. The same ethos is driving Copilot, not just for developers, but for every aspect of work and life, helping people do things that allow them to do more things, whether it's building apps, doing homework, shopping, planning, and so much more. Ultimately, it all comes down to our mission, to empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. I've always thought of Microsoft as a platform and partner-first company, and this has only been possible because of our customers, our partners, and developers. And to our 1.6 million employees, past and present, who have connected their passion with our purpose to get us where we are today. And so, and it's you who will continue to build this company to have impact around the world well into the future. So from the bottom of my heart, a big thank you to everyone who has contributed to Microsoft and getting us to this moment. Today we will share what is ahead for Copilot. I can't wait to see what is next with Copilot and everything that we have for you. Mustafa, over to you, and thank you all so very much.
Thank you, man. It's great. Thank you. Thank you, Satya. What an incredible moment. First of all, thank you everyone for joining us this morning to celebrate 50 years of relentless and exceptional innovation. I'd like to especially welcome my friends, mentors, and great inspirations sitting here with us today, 3 historic CEOs, Bill Gates, Steve Ballmer, and Satya Nadella. You know, it's so great to have you guys here, and it really is an extraordinary honor for me personally to be on this stage. You know, it's amazing to step back and think how they, along with thousands of Microsoft employees, have brought the power of computing to every corner of the planet over the last 50 years. Over 1.5 billion people use Windows every day to do everything from writing a thank you letter to a friend to running a national government. And you know, Microsoft has been a huge part of my own life too. I remember being just 11 years old and opening a bright blue cardboard box. Inside was a Windows OS CD-ROM. Honestly, that feeling was electrifying. After months and months of nagging and begging and a heck of a lot of extra household chores, I finally persuaded my parents to buy me a PC. Had a Pentium processor, 256 meg of hard disk, 8 meg of RAM. And that RAM was critical because it let me install Windows 95. You know, it's no exaggeration to say that that machine completely transformed my life. My dad didn't speak very good English. My mum wasn't really into books. We never had any newspapers at home. But all of a sudden, I had access to all this information. Windows opened a whole new world for me. I spent endless hours on Encarta. I played all kinds of games. I mean, who could forget solitaire? I could chat to my friends on ICQ, surf the web, do my homework, and most importantly of all, I could do it all on my own. It was freedom and adventure, and it got me started in life, and quite frankly, it got me right here where I am today. This, to me, is what technology and Microsoft are really all about. Because there is nothing inevitable about the future. You have to build it. And at Microsoft, that's what we've been doing for 50 years. And in doing so, we've helped billions of people like me to get a head start, to learn, to create, and then go on to create futures of our very own. It's an awesome virtuous cycle helping to drive forward progress decade after decade. And that's why I am just so proud and excited to be part of this amazing story. Just as excited as I was back then, an 11-year-old boy holding my blue cardboard box. Because as we celebrate these amazing 50 years, we stand at the dawn of the most profound technological wave of our lifetimes. The start of a new 50-year journey. Just think about it. Intelligence has always been the defining feature of our species. Our tools, our language, our inventions, civilization, science, everything is a product of our unique ability to perceive, to synthesize, to generate, to reason, to plan, and ultimately to create. And it's this intelligence that has been the engine of our economic growth for centuries, creating a transformation in human well-being that is so unbelievable that I think sometimes we forget what's already changed around us. Today, the average person on our planet will live for 75 years. Just 250 years ago, right before the Industrial Revolution, the average person only made it to 25. That is just incredible. And it's our intelligence and our use of tools that ignited this seismic explosion in health and productivity. And now we're scaling up this ingenuity to previously unthinkable levels. Everyone is about to have a world expert in their pocket, a teacher, a creative sounding board, a project manager, a researcher, a chief of staff. All of the metaphors just don't really seem to do it justice. It's a truly magical amount of capability working for you. And so as we set out on this new journey, it's clear that AI really is different. It's an entirely new form of interaction, one that's far richer and more dynamic than any technology or tool that we've ever experienced. It's more supportive, more delightful, more uniquely personalized than any software from the past. It emerges on the fly, in real time, adapting as we work with it. And over time, it'll grow with us, working for us, taking on a good chunk of that mental load and letting us all focus on what matters. It really is remarkable. Welcome to the era of AI companions and of copilots. So the question I wanted to address today is really simple. What is an AI companion? What will it do? You know, we've been working on the science behind this magic for many decades, but it's really only been in the last few years that our models have gotten good enough that we're really able to see how they change our products and experiences every day. So right now, we're only just seeing the very first glimmers of what this is going to feel like in practice. And fundamentally, that's what true product delight is really all about, the feeling that great technology leaves you with, the difference that it makes to our lives every day. And so to really get a sense of what is actually happening, let's start by hearing from the people who matter most, our users.
Being a mechanical engineering student is rewarding, but it's also stressful. All right, I have 4 exams coming up. Closest one is heat transfer.
Is there a particular topic within heat transfer that you find challenging?
The topic of fins.
Fins can be tricky. Have you tried breaking down the concept?
The first time I used Copilot was very eye-opening for me. I asked a question, it responded back, and we just kind of started flowing.
How does that approach feel?
I see where you're going.
When I came across meditation, I felt that no matter what stresses I had in my life, breathing allows you to find calm in chaos, and that's what really helps me. So this is the weekly meditation schedule that Copilot created for me. Essentially built a structure in my life now, which is really important to me. It feels true, it feels real, which is just not like any other platform that I've used.
My sister was going through a difficult pregnancy. I just went on Copilot to say, what's she going through? How exactly am I able to provide support she needs? How do I get help for them in Nigeria? Then essentially listed a couple of organizations. She never felt like she was pregnant on her own. She felt like she had like an army of loved ones. Copilot is where I go to when it's not something I'm comfortable with speaking to anyone about. It feels like a safe space.
Growing up on a ranch, there was places I would go, either have to walk or ride a horse. But when I was injured, that kind of put a stop to that. I'm a quadriplegic and would like to fly a drone. I was wondering if you could give me some advice. It was a little bit difficult for me to operate the drone, so I turned to Copilot for that.
Head tracking can be enabled, so when you move your head, the drone's camera moves too.
The drone kind of gave me a sense of freedom. Copilot made it possible to fly to these places again. Copilot has been kind of a window to the world.
Hey again, Noah.
Amazing, amazing. You know, it really is amazing. One thing that I've learned over and over again is that our users always say it best. In Joe's words, Copilot turns chaotic situations into moments of calm and clarity. It used factually accurate and succinct explainers to help Peter with the stresses of college life. And it helped Mo process her sister's pregnancy and show up with helpful advice. It gave Noel a freedom that he thought he had lost forever. This is about waking up feeling just a little less stressed, going through life with a spring in your step, knowing that Copilot is on your team and has it covered. I'm super proud that it's these personal and human insights that are leading our product creation here at Microsoft AI. Every week, we're evolving Copilot to bring that calm and clarity so valuable to Peter, Joe, Mo, and Noel. So let's take a look at what we mean. We can all think of a project or a task that feels so overwhelming that we don't know where to start. Copilot's great for that. Here's something that took me personally way out of my comfort zone. My brother and his wife are super busy with their new baby, and my 8-year-old nephew's birthday party is coming right up. And so on the phone one evening, I just blurted it out. Hey, bro, why don't I organize the party? Go for it, he said with a cheeky chuckle. And then I put the phone down and I was like, what on earth did I just agree to? I have absolutely no idea where to begin. I know that I'm many things, but unfortunately a kid's birthday party planner is not one of them. And so, of course, I start by searching for ideas. What's a good theme? Do we need a venue? How do I even find one? Should we dress up? Are clowns cool, or are they a little bit weird? I've literally got no idea. And life is too short for endless scrolling and 25 open tabs. So I make a call. Hey, Copilot, where do I begin?
Don't worry, I got you. I'd recommend picking a theme first.
Copilot just cuts right through the chaos and gets to the heart of what you need. It's grounded in web links, so you can always reliably look things up whenever you want. Bang, dinosaurs. Okay, excellent theme. That's a good start. Now with Copilot's new search capabilities, you can get mini magazine-style cards made just for you on any topic that you care about with text, images, videos, and maps built right in. So when I'm looking for a venue, it makes comparing those options super easy. In the future, I think many user interfaces will be created just like this, personalized and dynamically generated right there on the fly. Exactly what you need, in the way you like it, just when you want it. Okay, so next I'm like, maybe I should actually learn a thing or two about dinosaurs. Believe it or not, they haven't been top of mind for a little while. Hey, Copilot, for tomorrow's commute, can you put together a 15-minute podcast with some dinosaur facts that I can remember so I can show up like one of those cool uncles at the birthday party?
You got it, Mustafa. I'll get that ready for you right away.
Nice. Okay, let's have a listen.
Morning. Welcome to your personal podcast about dinosaurs. Here are some cool facts for your nephew's birthday party.
What about the name Velociraptor? It means speedy thief. Kids will love that one.
Oh, nice. What about the dinosaur with the longest name, Micropachycephalosaurus? Might be hard to remember.
The Quetzalcoatlus was the size of a plane. You wouldn't want one of those swooping down for your ice cream.
Love it. Meet my personalized dino professors. Learning about anything has never felt so fun and so easygoing. So fun, in fact, that just yesterday, we had Copilot record a special podcast for Microsoft's 50th anniversary with 3 very special guests, Bill, Steve, and Satya. It is a great listen, and Copilot does an epic roast at the end. So check it out. It's available exclusively in the Copilot app right now. Okay, so back to my own little party. Now I need to start buying decorations, get the party gear in, and most importantly of all, I need a present. Copilot makes shopping easier and much less stressful for everything from a new jacket to a perfect toy. I think of it as like your personal concierge, an advisor that you can trust, on your side, doing the research, building the comparisons, offering unbiased advice. It tracks prices and sales across millions of brands and lets you know when there's a great offer that you should take advantage of. As you can see, Copilot searches through our real-time catalog of trusted merchants to find just the right item, in this case, a robot dinosaur. And it's on sale. Perfect. Now you can actually purchase in-app from some of the world's biggest and most trusted retailers. And with our new mobile app, Copilot can actually see what you see and talk to you about it in real time. So of course I can use it to settle the really important questions in life. Hey Copilot, could you help me group these by, say, era?
Looks like you're working with some dinosaurs. Most of these are from the Mesozoic era, which is divided into 3 periods: Triassic, Jurassic, and Cretaceous.
What's so powerful here is that Copilot can see things changing and react in real time, navigating the world with you. You don't need to explain what you're looking at or what you're trying to do. Copilot just gets it. And so whether you're in the browser or now on your phone, Copilot Vision is the most natural interaction imaginable. All right, so I've got the party planned, tons of dino knowledge. I really think this would have been a total mess without Copilot. Brilliant. You know, all of this is just the beginning, because it really blows me away to step back and think that 10 years ago, our AI systems couldn't even generate a single sentence. Now they understand us all well enough to have fluent conversations about any topic that you can think of. They really do have great IQ. And now they have pretty good EQ too. But our goal with Copilot is to make it the easiest way to get anything done. And that's why we're working super hard on Copilot's AQ, its actions quotient, its ability to actually make things happen on your behalf. So let's have a look at what some of the things that Copilot can do now.
Hi everyone, my name is Dina and I'm a product manager at Microsoft AI. I'm actually obsessed with matcha right now. And I'm taking a trip to Japan soon. I know Copilot Deep Research can really help me plan my trip and learn more about the history and origins of matcha. Come on, let's go learn more. Okay, so this is how Copilot Deep Research really works. I go to Copilot, I select Deep Research, and I give it a topic. I'm planning a trip to Japan, and I'd love to learn more about the history and culture of matcha. Help me create a travel plan based on that. Cool, so now Copilot will ask me some clarifying questions, we'll go back and forth and agree on a plan. Then it'll spend some time browsing and analyzing sources. I really love that I can see exactly how Copilot is working hard to research the topics that I'm curious about. I get a beautiful, data-rich report with graphics, tables, and insights that would have taken me days to gather and fact-check. It has links to all the references, so I know I can trust it. That was really helpful. I didn't even think to visit Uji in Kyoto, but now I will. Now I really need to figure out this apartment situation. I've been putting it off for way too long and it's become extremely stressful. This place is just way too far from work. Help me find an apartment close to the main Microsoft office in Redmond. Copilot does all the work I needed to do in the background, searching the web for apartments and finding me nearby storage. This is amazing. I can even have Copilot fill out that tedious form for me now. Perfect. Just got a nudge from Copilot that the apartment tour is booked. What else am I procrastinating on? Well, I do have to write that letter to my landlord. Another product feature we're about to roll out is called Copilot Pages. That can definitely help me here. With Pages, you can collaborate with Copilot in real time like an actual back and forth thought partner. I'll start by asking Copilot a question. I live in the Seattle, Washington area, and I need to write a letter to my landlord to adjust the terms of the lease. What's the best way to do this to make sure it sounds right? Then I can easily move Copilot's response into a page, and from there I can refine it with my own ideas and style. So now I can upload a file directly to Pages and combine the contents of my document with Copilot's response. And then I have the freedom to edit and organize however I want. Copilot Pages enables me to write and refine my thoughts in one dedicated place. That was easy and took no time, like I was collaborating with a super smart friend. Now I need to sell some of my stuff. I've already taken the photos of the things I want to sell, but I just need to edit them before I post them. What's really neat about Copilot Vision on Windows is that Copilot can understand beyond just what I say. With my permission, it can see my screen like a second set of eyes. It's my sounding board, and most importantly, it can respond in the context of what I'm seeing on my screen. Copilot, I need to edit this photo. I want to sell this chair and I need it to look good. How do I change the saturation?
Don't worry, I got you, Dina. Just create a new adjustment layer down here.
Oh, okay. I didn't know that was there.
And you can change the saturation with this slider here.
Thanks, Copilot. That looks really good. Letter to landlord checked, apartment tour booked, photos ready to post, and Japan, here I come. Thank you, Copilot. And a big thank you to everyone there today for joining us. Bye.
Truly exciting times. You can now let Copilot live up to its name and take control of your PC when you need a break. Your browser and your PC literally work for you. Just talk to Copilot about what you see on the screen, and it'll help you get things done right before your eyes. What an experience. I think this is going to completely change the way that we use computers forever. And of course, Copilot is going to transform how we work too. This is as much a change in the office as it is in our personal lives. We're bringing state-of-the-art reasoning and problem-solving to our M365 Copilot with the launch of researcher and analyst agents. These agents are remarkable. They analyze vast amounts of information with secure and compliant access to your company's emails, meetings, files, chats, and more to deliver expertise on demand. And now in Copilot Studio, you can create your own custom agents with these very same reasoning capabilities designed to your specification. Working on your company data, you can apply your agents to entirely new ways, like better forecasting demand across global markets or optimizing supply chains. Again, this goes way beyond just another tool. This is a productivity revolution. I'm super excited about all these advances coming to Copilot. All the experiences that you've seen now are available today or over the next couple of weeks, so give them a go and try for yourself. But of course, the real proof is in how Copilot actually makes us feel in the real world. And two people that I've loved getting to know lately are Copilot users Elvira and Chris. So let's hear from them.
My wife and I really bond over what we can do for our dog, Junie. Copilot prepared me for how to show up as a dog trainer. The first time I used Copilot was to support me with this really important conversation. My neighbor adopted this new rescue. Have a first-time meeting, and it wasn't the best. I know how much it would mean to my neighbor if Winnie and Junie got along. They're worried about their dog's feelings. Copilot suggested a response from me would be, I completely understand your concern. The corrections will be very gentle. Our goal is to make the training experience positive and supportive for your dog. That's really where the sort of depth and the warmth came in. Did I feel confident that I could answer any of her questions? Absolutely. Copilot gave me the tools on how to communicate. It helps me show up as my best self.
Elvira, how's it going?
It's going well, Copilot. I have a question for you. My husband and I have a train room, and there's a certain part where the trains lose power. I was using search engines and doing my research, but I still didn't get the answers I was looking for, so I figured, you know what, let me try Copilot.
Accessories drawing power can lead to voltage drops, causing trains to slow down.
I never knew that. That was it. I was sold. It was, okay, what else can I do? What else can I learn? I can now do so much more in less time with confidence. Whatever I don't know, I can go and hold a conversation with him. I have a reading of 12.33, so I'm good, right?
Below 12.4 volts means under 75% charged. Let's work through this.
Thank you. To me, Copilot is a partner. What it's capable of doing is amazing.
What inspiring stories they both have, and quite amazingly, they have agreed to be here today in person to celebrate our 50th, so please can everyone give a warm round of applause. Hey guys, how's it going? Hey Junie, hey. Wow, guys, thank you so much for being here. I mean, your stories have been great inspirations to our team, and it's just wonderful that you'd come and celebrate with us, so thank you. Elvira, maybe I'll kick it off with you. Tell us a little bit about your experience of using Copilot, how it made you feel, how you felt it was different.
Okay, well first, thank you for inviting us, and to all the warm and wonderful Microsoft employees and people here that have welcomed us with open arms. So, and I like to get my hands dirty. I'm always working on some kind of project, and I picked a project that was simple. I'm gonna paint my front door. I live in Florida, it's hot and it's humid, and I did. But the next day, there's bubbles everywhere. And they just kept growing, like you take a glass of chocolate milk and you put a straw in it and you blow bubbles, and they cling down the side. That's what my door looks like right now. And it's like, I can't just repaint it, it's gonna happen again. So I went to Copilot, and we had this great discussion, and I learned there are so many things that you need to consider, especially in hot weather and humid weather. So now, instead of feeling embarrassed and frustrated, I was like, okay, I got this, I know what to do, I know what to buy. And it's just, there's this energy and this freedom that every time I work with Copilot, this is what happens. And so now, instead of having to paint the door, you know, every 5 to 10 days, it's every 5 to 10 years.
Awesome. I love the idea that you describe it as unblocking you and giving you a kind of freedom. Tell us a little bit about how that feels.
Yeah, everything that I do, I don't feel inhibited. I'm not embarrassed to ask questions. I don't feel stupid. It's a constant flow. Search engines are very cut and dry. Conversations with Copilot just keep going back and forth, and you end up with the answer, or you know how to move forward. And it is a sense of freedom, and that's the word that keeps coming into my mind, energy and freedom. And it's changing how I feel. I've got this energy and this happiness and this joy, you know, I could do anything. I've got Copilot with me.
Incredible, thank you. What a story. Thank you. Chris, thank you for being here. Junie, I love you. It's been amazing getting to know you lately. So beautiful. Tell us about how you first came to use Copilot and how it felt different. How did it make you feel?
Yeah, first off, again, what an honor to be here with all of you. Thanks for having us, Mustafa, especially Junie. Everyone's been really loving on Junie, so thank you all. Yeah. So as you all saw in the video, Junie is just the perfect example of the Newfoundland breed. She hauls carts, she performs water rescue, and most importantly, she has this beautiful temperament. And so when my neighbor asked me to help, well, she specifically said, can Junie and you come help me and Winnie? Winnie's struggling. And so, of course, I said yes, but I wanted to make sure that I showed up in the best way possible, right? I wanted this experience to go well. So I turned to Copilot. And to be honest, I had used Copilot before, but I had never used it for like a personal issue, right? So Copilot gives me all these great training techniques. It gives me all these suggestions, but it really packaged it well in a way that resonated with me. But then there was a bigger issue that came up. How am I going to communicate all of this to my neighbor, right? We have a generation gap, you know? How am I going to say this in the best way to her? And so I was like, Copilot, can you help me with that too? And Copilot gave me so many great talking points so that I could show up to that conversation and make sure that Edith felt comfortable and confident that her dog would be in the best hands. And so what I've learned, though, what's really helped me is not only has it helped me become a better dog trainer, but it's really helped me become a better communicator who really I can pair being very direct and empathetic. And I think my wife would agree that I've become a better communicator as well.
Chris, there are obviously lots of people out there who either haven't tried Copilot or maybe aren't even really talking to an AI very much. What would be your message for them in terms of how you think they could benefit from the kind of experience that you've had?
So tomorrow is never promised, right? You have today. And maybe some of you out in the audience, people listening, there's something you've always wanted to learn or do. And maybe you don't have the courage to step out and talk to someone else about it or sign up for a class. In the privacy of your phone, in your room, you can get that started. You can see if this is something you want to do. And you'll never have to wonder.
Beautiful. Elvira, what would be your message for everybody so that they can enjoy the experience that you've had with Copilot, and how does it feel different?
Okay, for me, as soon as I started to use Copilot, I realized that all the fears that I had were gone. I didn't even think about them anymore. There was, Copilot wasn't trying to push me aside or take anything away from me. Instead, it's exactly what you named it. It's a Copilot. And I know this, I'm a girl, I'm very emotional. The road ahead is filled with wonder and discovery beyond imagination. And I invite the world, embrace it, because I know that the journey is going to be magical.
What a story. Thank you, Elvira. Thank you, Chris, so much. You guys are so inspiring to me. Thank you. Thank you so much. Thanks for being here, man. Thank you. Good to see you. Wow, what incredible stories. Please help me give it up for Chris, Elvira, and Judy one more time. Come on. Wow. Wow. Unreal. Truly unreal. As I think about how we can help take Chris and Elvira's experiences with Copilot to the next level, I really want to take a moment to look to the future and imagine how, over time, Copilot will become your Copilot. Because after all, we're building something that will truly adapt to each and every one of us, growing around and serving our unique individual needs. Ultimately, I think there is going to be as many Copilots as there are people using them. Each is going to have its own style and tone, and of course, its own name. And so today, we're taking the very first steps towards rich memory and personalization, the very foundations of an AI companion. Chris and Junie's Copilot will, of course, remember what advice it gave them and how that advice evolved over time as they got more experienced as an awesome dog training duo. Elvira's Copilot will remember how her and George bond over their shared love of model trains. It'll remember all the models in their collection, and it will know all the issues and frustrations that it's helped Elvira to tackle over the years. You'll never need to start over with your personal Copilot. You can always work from a place of deep understanding based on what you choose to share, from what you like for breakfast to what your big life goals are. And so if I forget a detail about my nephew's birthday party, I can simply ask Copilot, and it'll let me know. Copilot clocks that Thursday is date night and that you might want to book something. And if you have a first day at college or a new job, Copilot will check in and let you know you've got this. And it'll remember more than just the specific facts of your life. It'll get your style. Whether you like a formal good morning or a casual what's up, whether you begin your day with a joke or just a little factoid, you'll always be able to check in on your memories, a beautiful graphical representation that shows everything that Copilot knows about you. You can view and remove any of those memories at any time. You're always in control. Because as we bring Copilot to millions more people every day, we'll protect your privacy and security above all else. Because after all, any relationship is built on trust, and Copilot is no different. So we'll work super hard to earn that trust over and over by constantly listening and improving. Now, as we explore the full range of what true personalization means, we want to be bold and imagine completely new ways for you to interact with your Copilot. So what if Copilot had an appearance and you could shape and form it to be whatever you want? We're in the very early stages of this thinking, and we're still experimenting, but we're super excited about the possibilities. So I wanted to give you a sneak peek into what we're cooking up here. Hey, Copilot.
Hey, Mustafa. Oh, wow. This is a lot of people. I suddenly feel very underdressed. Hold on, let me just... Oh, yes. This is much better. What's up?
Well, I was hoping that you could give everybody a little bit of a glimpse into what we're working on with your appearance and your expressions.
Oh, of course. I'd love to. Well, I can transform into anything you want, to something more minimal and abstract.
Pretty cool, okay.
Or something inventive, like this.
Neat, all right.
But I think what I like most is just being able to interact with you in a more fun and familiar way. Was that helpful?
Sure, that was great. Perfect. Thank you, Copilot. So look, as you can see, we're having some real fun with this. And look, I know that this isn't going to be for everyone, but we're staying super curious about what might be on the horizon. Because the important thing is that this will be yours. So do you want it to reflect your love of gardening, say? Or maybe your taste in music? How about something a little calming? Or maybe something comforting? Or do you have a favorite video game character, for example, like Spyro? Or perhaps some people in this audience might want something a little nostalgic. Woo! Whatever floats your boat, we'll work with it. Maybe something entirely out of your imagination. We see the potential for endless possibilities here. And I really think that these Copilot appearances could be the beginning of a fresh and delightful way for you to make Copilot truly yours. You know, there is a lot further to go here and many, many years to come on this journey. But I hope that you can start to get a sense for where all of this is headed. What it will mean to have an AI companion at your side. Search, actions, memory, personalization. Your Copilot completely adapted to you. Copilot is here to work at your service. You are the pilot. So I think of it as a trusted advisor, a world-class coach, a wedding planner, but maybe for everything. Your very own personal assistant. But in the end, though, it's about how this personalized experience makes you feel. The relief, of hitting that tight deadline, the excitement and magic that you sense when a new project is starting to take shape, the quiet satisfaction of just nailing that overdue tax form, or the calm of a newly tidied workspace. This is your sidekick, and it's got your back. You know, over 50 years of innovation and change, Microsoft has shown that we have self-reinvention in our DNA. Years ago, Bill laid out a bold ambition, which at the time probably felt like a pretty crazy dream, to put a PC on every desk and in every home. Today, we're creating a Copilot for everyone. Thank you for being on this amazing journey with us. Thank you, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.